Hello and welcome to the JMC Network Newscast. I'm James Clark.
And I'm Laura Benson. Leading our newscast today, 15 parking tickets were attached to the windshield of cars around the ACU campus. The parking tickets contained sexually explicit statements and racial slurs. ACU police made this case their top priority in finding the individuals who committed this incident, and as of Tuesday, April 8th, all 5 individuals involved have been identified, none of which are affiliated with ACU. Police confirmed one of the tickets given was targeted towards a specific individual because of his race. The others were given at random.
March 18th, that's when a number of students came out and found these offensive writings, prank parking citations on their vehicles. So we've been investigating it since that time. You know, our entire team here at ACU PD contributed, put in lots of hours, lots of late night hours, lots of weekend hours trying to get this resolved. But we have accounted and recovered 14 of them. 12 of which were very sexually explicit and derogatory, 2 of which were racially offensive and derogatory. We would probably present the case for consideration as a criminal harassment. We think that at least one of the individuals involved was targeted. We believe all of the others were random. Obviously the racial aspect of it is horribly offensive and disgusting, but I think the sexual aspect of it was equally horribly and equally disgusting. They were all done by the 5 individuals that we identified. I hope this case, in addition to provoking some very valuable conversations across campus from an administrative perspective, I hope that this case and our quick resolution to it would give the ACU community confidence in their police department.
To protest, ACU students wore all white and lined the pathways to Moody Coliseum to take a stand against these offensive acts.
On Tuesday, students hoping to be elected as future executive officers for a student association debated their platform. This year's candidates include Rodney Johnson and David Sanderson for president, Chantal Miswal, Andrew Tate for treasurer, and Bill Carter will go uncontested for SA vice president. The debate was an opportunity for the candidates to share with the rest of the student body what they hope to achieve in office. We were able to get students' reactions.
I feel very confident about the future of the university with the candidates and how they performed tonight. I thought that there were solid points made on every front, and that the university is going to be in a great position when these new candidates are elected.
It was really good because there were just a lot of different perspectives that we were able to see.
I think they went fairly well. You could definitely see that there was some tension between the candidates, but I think it was healthy, and I think it was good for a good debate and made a lot of people think about some more things.
I'm really confident in next year's Student Association. I'm looking at all the candidates right now, and I think that they would all be awesome, honestly.
Women's tennis dominated their doubleheader at home last weekend. For this and other sports headlines, let's check in with Sharon Morowski at the sports desk. Shara?
Thanks, James. Lamar University swept ACU's baseball team 3-0 this past weekend at Crutcher Scott Field. Wildcats tried to rally back Friday in the 9th inning against the Cardinals, who had 5 in the 5th and 1 more in the 7th. ACU wasn't able to pull out the victory and ended the first game with a 6-4 loss. Wildcats had another late game rally on Saturday, scoring 3 runs in the 7th to tie the game, but went scoreless the rest of the game, allowing Lamar to win 5-4. ACU finished the series Sunday with a 16-7 loss after the Cardinals had a big second inning with 7 runs at a cold and rainy Crutcher Scott Field. The Cats traveled to Lubbock Tuesday to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders for the second time this season. The Red Raiders beat the Cats in a 19-2 blowout game, giving ACU baseball its 4th consecutive loss. ACU baseball will be back at Crutcher Scott Field against Sam Houston State this weekend for their 3rd conference series. ACU softball split their doubleheader against Stephen F. Austin State last weekend in Nacogdoches. The Lady Cats pulled out a close 4-3 victory in the 10th inning after being tied with the Lady Jacks in the bottom of the 7th. Sam Houston State consistently dominated Saturday's afternoon game, leaving the Wildcats with a 12-4 loss after sealing the deal with 2 runs in the 6th, sending the Cats home an inning early. ACU softball plays the University of Texas at Arlington in Arlington this Wednesday, and will then be back at home for a conference series this weekend. ACU women's tennis is dominating its season, most recently sweeping Nicholls State and McNeese State in a doubleheader at home last weekend. Sister duo Casey and Micah Hermsdorf won 8-1 and 8-3, while Brittany Reed and Aaron Walker teamed up to defeat McNeese 8-2. The doubleheader lifted women's tennis to 13-4 overall and 5-2 in the Southland Conference. ACU tennis is back on the road this weekend against Sam Houston State and Lamar University. For JMC Network Sports, I'm Shani Murawski.
On April 7th, students gathered under the ACU Tower of Light to worship, pray, and remember the Rwandan genocide between the Hutus and the Tutsis that occurred for an approximate 100-day period from April through mid-July in 1994.
Yes, a group of students decided they wanted to come together and pray on the day that 20 years ago the genocide in Rwanda began. I believe there's 2 students who are from Rwanda, and they wanted to get together and just pray for injustice really all over the world. There's a lot of turmoil all over the world, but we also don't want to forget the atrocities of the past, and so we're remembering the past but also praying about the present.
Thanks, Shara. Hashtag Life on the Hill is a project aimed to display the lives of several ACU students through social media. It's all part of the efforts to reach out to prospective Wildcats. Chris Evans, Director of Enrollment Marketing, told The Optimist research proves 13 to 18-year-olds receive 70% of their information through social media. Hashtag Life on the Hill will follow students on a 1-year journey throughout social media outlets such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the Vine. Well, that's all for this week's edition of the JMC Network Newscast. I'm James Clark.
And I'm Laura Benson. For more stories and breaking news, go to acuoptimist.com.